Hello, beautiful kindred souls, and welcome to my crafting corner. Kindred Key here today, and we're back in our autumn or fall themed projects. Pretty much finished this project, and again at the end I'll do flip throughs of both of these projects. In the last video, which was the first video, we put together this little ephemera holder, and this is how it turned out. Tons of storage. Love the way this one turned out. Cute. Okay, the signature was basically put together a couple years ago, and again I'll do a full flip through of it, and then added this traveler's notebook sized writing signature in the fronts. So it's pretty plain because you've got this massive insanity with just touched every page. I did too much, but it was fun. So there you go. So today we are in our soft cover. So this is soft cover 3. It has room for 3 signatures in it. One of the signatures is going to be this project here. It's gonna be pretty detailed, just like the one we just saw. And I have a couple of things scoped out. I have a whole bunch of cards and tags, and you know, this was came from a big, couple of these pieces came from like a big collage sheet. This is a hand done envelope where I dyed it and collage napkin on it. So there's a lot of like bits and pieces, and then I have a whole bunch of ephemera from my autumn digital collection. So you can go ahead and jump on Etsy, check that out if you're interested. So I just have a whole bunch of stuff sort of off to the side that's being planned to be added to this signature. So it looks a little thin right now, but it'll beef up as we work in it. Yes, so off camera, I pulled this. This is the ephemera holder for this project, for the soft cover project. So we've got a tuck spot over here, pocket there. This is a double pocket, pocket in the front, pocket behind. And then this is actually also a tuck spot behind the cover piece. So I'm gonna go through, I'm gonna add clusters and detail stuff later. I'll also fill this up with some ephemera pieces as well at a later date. We have the Traveler's Notebook signature for this project. These are digitals from my autumn collection, and this is just a writing journal, so it's just, you know, very plain, very low-key. Okay, all right, so those are the 3 components that will make up the 3 signatures. I started this project a few years ago, so these elastic straps have been through it, so I'll probably redo these with my new method of elastic straps, and I'll probably do that for the other one too. And by probably, I'm meaning I will. At the end, I will of course do full flip throughs of all these projects. I'm sorry, both of these projects. And then just as a reminder, I have a 3rd project that is already complete and in the Etsy shop if you're interested in autumn projects. It's a single signature. The signature, as you can probably tell from this side, is all done up, right? I touched every page. It's detailed. There's lots of decoration and trim. Also lots of space to write as well. This project also comes with 2 ephemera holders or 2 inserts on the front and on the back side. So you still have your 3 components just like you do with the other projects. So again, if you're interested in that, you can check that out on the shop. All right, hopefully I remember to put links to stuff. There is a full flip through of that project, I believe, and I will hopefully remember to put a link to it in this video. All right, so this is where we're gonna be spending a lot of our time today. So I've also started doing some stuff. These are off camera. I don't know if I'm gonna actually add these. Probably will though, because I'm working on them, but they need more help, off camera help. So these are book pages, and I've gessoed them, painted them. So I'll probably finish that. I don't think it's quite done yet. I think I want to add a few more layers to it, and then I'll like stencil over it. But I'll do that off camera. Today, I think we're going to work on our envelope. So there's an envelope, I guess it's 2 envelopes that are sort of attached in the middle here. And I've just been thinking of ideas. I already started sort of messing with it because I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do with this project. But yeah, so it's 2 envelopes and they're connected together crookedly, mind you. I just like would to note that. Their flaps are connected together. They're actually mounted in the project on this side. So this is the spine for it. So it's like more of it is on one side than the other side. Okay. The back sides are nice writing spots. This is a coffee dyed envelope. So there you go. Really nice little writing locations. We just have to mostly contend with the insideness. Just technical terms today. All right, so I think what I want to do, I cut off the top piece to make it the right size for this, so it'll fit into the journal. And then I use some of that to create a flap. So the plan is to glue this down, reconnect this to this, and this side is going to be a pocket. So you'll be able to slide stuff in and out. And I think there'll be enough space because this is where the signature will be connected into. So there'll be space to sort of move in and out. On the other side, however, it is so close to the spine that I don't think there'll be enough kind of like room around. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna close this off, still leave space for writing, leave this open for writing, but I'm gonna close this off, and then I'm gonna cut this open on the side so that you're adding from this direction. And then I think I'm just gonna stencil, do some stamping, and let it be that. I don't really like I don't like completely covering things that I coffee dye, because what's the point of coffee dyeing it? So I'm just gonna set this piece off over here so we can work on it. All right. Yeah, this is so crooked. I mean, I must have had one of my eyes closed when I mounted this together. That's okay though, we'll make it work. All right, so before I forget, I'm actually gonna cut this at an angle. Okay, and I'm gonna trim this a little bit. It's a little big, which of course you don't have to do that. All right. Yeah. Does that need to happen over here a little bit? I'm gonna angle it. I'm just gonna trim it a little bit. Okay. All right, so I know I'm gonna glue this to that. Let's just commit to things. How about that? I'm totally talking to myself, by the way. Totally talking to myself. Well, because partly is like, oh, oops, that, you gotta be gentle. All right. I think, what do I have? Got some bits from I'm wondering if maybe we create a little bottom border here and maybe a little top border above. Yep, I'm gonna ink around this. And I might add a little cluster or something to it later on when I go through. We're kind of just doing some big moves and right now, and I'm okay with that. So let me know down in the comment section what you're working on. I obviously enjoy the season of autumn or fall, and gosh, it's just, I don't know, it's just one of my favorite times of the year. It probably has nothing to do with the fact that my birthday is in fall. It probably also has nothing to do with the fact that I live in a place that has all 4 seasons. So, you know, watching the transformation in Mother Nature, the beautiful colors of the trees, and how it changes, and it's just so beautiful and unique, and it happens over the course of like a month or 2. Like, it just happens so fast, but it does happen every year, so you do get this sort of wonderful experience annually. The nice thing also living in a place with 4 seasons, I mean, winter's not fabulous, but kind of having a cue from the natural world for change is actually kind of nice. Like, having that shift in weather where things move from being really, really hot over the summer months to cooling off, and you go from, you know, shorts and tank tops and t-shirts to, you know, sweaters and jeans and stuff, and it's just sort of this wonderful what do I want to call it? It's sort of a wonderful cue. It's like a natural cue that, I don't want to say gives us permission or a reason to change, but it sort of encourages us to at least like think about things in our life and ask the question, like, is there something I need to change? Because Mother Nature's changing. She's doing her thing, doing what she needs to do. Is there something I need to or could do right now in my life that would help me be better, do better, live better? I don't know. I like it. And another tradition, so let me put down in the comment section, like, what are your autumn traditions, if you have any? I go to do apple picking with my sister, my daughter, my niece and brother-in-law, and sometimes other people. But I think it's wonderful, and it's such a lovely tradition. Awesome to see, you know, with the kids, to get out into nature. And just one thing, there's a lot of things that I get out of my time apple picking and stuff like that, but one big thing that I get is abundance. There is no way that you can spend time in nature, particularly during the harvest. I call it the Harvest Festival. During that season where, you know, the trees and stuff are just, and maybe specifically the apple trees are just full, right? You go to these orchards and there's just rows and rows of trees, and they just have hundreds, at least in my mind, hundreds. I haven't counted them, but hundreds of fruit, of apples or whatever the fruit type is. There's no way that you can look at that and not understand this idea, this concept of abundance, because it's right in front of you. And it just gets me thinking, like, Mother Nature has all of us to worry about, all all of us to feed and shelter. And there's always more than enough. There's more than enough for the humans. There's more than enough for the birds and literally the bees. Like, they're out there getting drunk on overripe fruit and, you know, doing whatever they need to do to achieve their processes. And they never are worried. Well, who knows if they're worried or not, but they don't seem to be worried about if there's gonna be enough. They're just out there getting it, right? Like, this is the season. I'm just gonna go out and get what I need, and you know, and it's just, there's always more than enough, I guess, is sort of the message or the lesson that I would like to offer to you. There's always more than enough. If you don't feel like there's enough in your life, what can you do to change that narrative? You know? More than enough. Abundance, bounty, plenty. It's always so joyous. I love it. It's one of my favorite activities all year, and I look forward to it. All right. So, okay. Now, that's not big enough. Let's see. Oh. Excuse me. I was actually looking for something to sort of cover. I mean, I'm just not in love with how this appears, to be honest. So, but maybe it's weird to add something there. Let's see. Should I glue that down? What is it gonna look like on the back side? See, I heard your question. You're gonna ask me. Actually, on the back side, so this is how it's gonna go in there. I was planning on putting a strip of this over that component, like that edge, to sort of clean that up a little bit. And just, you know, doing a little bit of stenciling around, and then allowing this to be a writing spot. So I am planning on covering that. So I think I'm gonna cover it on the other side too. So I am just gonna do that. It's just making it too. Ooh, that piece was designed, it was destined to be in this location. And I'm using my 3-in-1 glue because we're dealing with paper bag, brown paper bag. So I do want, I'm actually gonna run a little bit more on that side. Want a little bit of a heavier adhesive. Starting to like peel up from itself. And I tried to park it, you know, a couple of millimeters from the line there so that it doesn't get interrupted. The fold, the hinge doesn't get interrupted. So I'm just let that set a little bit. So this I'm pretty good with. I might add, wondering if I can access it without bumping into something. And I don't even know if it's in here. Like, looking for my little line. My little line making tool. I thought it was, actually I don't know where it is because I don't put stuff back all the time. Oh, here it is. or put it in a weird spot. There you go. So this is literally just as you can see, just cardboard that I ripped one of the faces off to give me these lines, and it's a perfect tool. Where is my distress? This is Vintage Photo, and I just re-inked it too, so hopefully it doesn't do too much. Okay, and then I'm just gonna apply the pressure in the middle. Hopefully it works. Yay! So it's just a hint of lines. I didn't want lines, I wanted lines. You know, just a hint, a suggestion, so that whoever receives this knows that that's intended to be a little writing spot for them. All right, so we're just gonna clip this off. Okay, and I'm gonna keep this. I typically do keep my little scrap nibbly bits because they can be used in clusters and other little projects like that. Okay. Whew. All right, I'm okay with that. Sweet. All right, now this side. The question is, which strip should I use? Excuse me, should I use this one? Doesn't really matter, right? Because they're all really similar. I think I'm gonna use this one here. And I want this piece to close that one off. So I am going to put a bead of glue really close to my spine. Remember, a couple of a millimeter or two away from the spine so that it doesn't interfere with that. And then on the edge, and then I'm gonna add more glue on this top flap of the envelope, because I don't want to seal the envelope off. I want it to be usable because we're gonna trim that edge. Okay, we want to keep it a little bit away from our spine. And I gotta pull this up so I can see. Okay. And even then, sight is an evasive. Okay. All right, I have to tell you guys a little story. So when my daughter was really young, you know, I wore glasses, and she understood that I wore glasses, or people wear glasses because they can't see very well. Well, she really thought that, like, you can't see, like you're blind. And so, you know, I took my glasses off I was wiping them off or something like that. And she was like, "Can you see me?" Like she thought like I couldn't see anything. And I just laughed so hard because I just thought it was so funny. And she was like waving her arms and like really trying to get my attention because she thought I couldn't see her at all. And I'm like, oh baby, like not quite blind, love. But sight is a bit evasive for me, and yes, it is more difficult to see detail when I don't have my glasses on, but I can still see you. You're just a fuzzy lump though. She just was tickled by that. She thought that was fun. So, I don't know where that story came from. It just popped into my head. There you go. Random things. All right, I maybe should have inked around this, but it's okay. All right. It's supposed to be a cooler day outside, but it just feels a little bit warmer in here than regular. All right, I'm gonna do a little bit of stenciling around. Should we do maple leaves instead? Or should we stick with our birch leaves? I think I'm gonna let's do a little bit of maple action. Man, this one's a little more evasive as far as how you administer them. but it's gonna look good either way. And flip it around, turn it a little bit to get something a little different. I definitely don't use my stencils as much as I could, so we're pulling them out for this project. Okay. I know somebody said both. I heard you. Use both. All right. I don't know how successful this is gonna be, but I'll try to add a few. Just have this little edge here. Okay, very nice. I'm loving it, loving it, loving it. I think I just used the orange around, right? You know what? Why am I doing this when I'm about to trim this off? So I'm just gonna trim just a little bit, just a smudge, because that should be sufficient. And there you go. Look at that. Lovely. Now you have a pocket. All right, are we gonna put our lines again? I think we're gonna put some lines there. Yay! The joy, the joy. All right, so I think we're gonna have, we just now have this backside to do, but I didn't finish this because I was like, so I'm just gonna ink this quick. And I might go back around later with some vintage photo to get a bit of a darker ink job. Okay. And I think for this other side, I'm gonna use, did I tell you what I used? What did I use? Spiced Marmalade, Distress Oxide, Ranger Series with Tim Holtz. And this is the Fired Brick Distress Oxide Ranger Series by Tim Holtz. Let's snatch up one of these, okay? You know, I misplaced my pad because I had one for Fired Brick, but I don't know where it is. So we're just starting another one. Okay, so I think I'm gonna use this little strip here. And yeah, we're gonna glue that down. But I think before I glue that down, I'm actually gonna do my stenciling. And I think I'm gonna use the maple leaves on this side. So then it's maple leaves and then the birch leaves, and then it's maple, and then we'll use the birch on the other side of that one. So let's see here. All right, So I don't, what do I wanna do? I want to, and I'm using Fired Brick. Oh, I'm touching Fired Brick apparently. So we need to juice this pad up. Okay, there we go. All right, so I'm just gonna, ooh, it's definitely aggressive. Okay. Nice and easy does it. All right, so we're just gonna ink this up. Remember that this is gonna get covered up too with that strip. so I'm not gonna spend too much time. This you're gonna see though. Where it is. It's the wrong direction. Okay, so we'll do this. Do that. I hope I'm in frame. Okay. This, I guess I could have not juiced it up as much as I did. I think I was a little aggressive with the. That was weird. Don't do what I just did. To the end of this, and you know what, since we're here, where did the little birch leaves go? Oh, literally in front of my face. Oh my. Okay, so I don't know, we're doing a little bit. Well, whoever said both is low-key getting it right now. You are definitely getting something. I'm not sure why this is taking like all of my concentration, but there you go. We're getting a little bit of a mix with the orange as well because there is orange on this. So it's just a little bit of a sort of a sunsetty color, which is kind of pretty. I'm actually gonna do orange first. Throwing things around. And then I'm just gonna touch the red because I know the red can be very aggressive. Okay, I'm gonna do just a little bit on this edge too. See, that looks lovely. I want to journal there right now. Right now. Okay. All right. So cool. We did not do our inking, edge inking on this side, so I'm going to do that. Yeah, because I didn't do this one. I didn't fold this one like I usually fold envelopes. I was experimenting, doing different things. And so folding it helps to see where the boundaries are. All right. So I'm also going to ink up our little edge trim here too. I don't even know, what am I using? Oh, a fire brick. Hee hee. That's my daughter. She's not quiet. She's been quiet so far, so I'm grateful. Grateful for everything I have in my life. Okay. All right, and I'm actually gonna put the glue on this piece so I get it where I need it to be. You can also use glue stick too. I usually prefer to use glue stick for the really thin, like this is just copy paper. But I'm not doing that, so. I think because I'm trying to get it to cover up this component, and it's sort of, it's thicker. It's got some lumpy uneven bits because it's coffee dyed. So just using this more secure glue. Okay. Okay, I need to look at this real close so I can get it straight. Let's see. Okay. All right, is that straight? Low-key looks like it. Okay. I'm gonna move that just a touch. I feel like I got it like so close to the line. Okay. All right, come on now. Stay down. All right. I'll just run my thumb over. When I'm using wet glue, I usually, you know, run over it several times until it stops sliding around. That's sort of like an indicator for me that the glue is starting to set, so. Okay. Alrighty. Lovely, lovely. So I think you're right. You need a little bit of something, something. Hold up. Where is it? Where is it? Where's my, where are my maple leaves? Where's my maple leaf stencil? Where did I throw it? Okay, here it is. This looks a little strange, so I'm just gonna, it looks to me to be a little strange not to have anything right up on this edge here. So I'm gonna try to add a little bit. All right. Of course, I got some. Yeah. Alrighty. So, I think I'm gonna let this one be free. Should I just let them both be free, or should I add lines? I think I'll leave them both free, and then we'll have lines on the inside. Orange lines and free and red. Okay. Alrighty. Yeah, this one doesn't have, and you know, I might add like a cluster or something here, or some edge trims or something. I don't know, but I think it looks good. So let's see. Let's add it back into our signature. Okay. I closed it up without putting the thing in there. That's amazing. Okay, I think it was supposed to be here. See, that added the color that needed too, because that was a little blasé, you know what I mean? Yeah, and so that'll add there, and then of course this is a pocket which I will make something for, and I'll put something in that. I think this is, it's definitely too wide, but it's gonna slide on in there. I mean, maybe you want something that pops out a little bit like that or something, but that is how it functions. All right, I love that, actually. That looks really cute. You just have another, and you have the full function too of the height of that pocket. I think we've got some glue stuck in there. There we go. Let me check. There we go. See, that even fits very nicely in there. So, all right. Well, my loves, that is the project that we have for today. Thank you so much for your beautiful time and your energy today. And we'll just continue working on this project in the next video. I will see you later. Be well.